Sometimes, anger isn't really about anger. Sometimes it's about fear, the kind that words can't express. And that day, amid the roaring sound of racing engines, someone ran without thinking, simply because he was terrified of losing someone he deeply cared about. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop World. Today, we're diving into a story that shook both the entertainment and racing worlds. A story not about fame or victory, but about raw, human emotion, about fear, care, and the fragile line between them. That day, Wang Yibo, the actor and professional racer known for his calm composure, almost faced a tragic accident on the track. And Xiao Zhan, his close friend, the one who always appeared graceful and controlled, completely lost his calm. What happened next left everyone speechless. At first, everything was normal. The sky hung low with gray clouds, but the energy at the circuit was electric. Yibo stood at the starting line, helmet on, eyes focused, steady, confident. Engines roared, the crowd cheered, and in the blink of an eye, the race began. Cameras zoomed in on his calm face beneath the visor. Lap 1, lap 2. But midway through the third lap, something went wrong. Yibo's car trembled slightly. It swerved unsteady, then spun dangerously toward the outer edge of the track. The tires screeched loudly against the asphalt, and in that single, deafening second, chaos erupted. The audience gasped. Some stood frozen, hands covering their mouths. Yibo's car spun once, twice, before crashing into the safety sand barrier. Smoke rose from the side of the vehicle. Then, silence. Absolute silence. Only the sound of wind and the urgent voice of a marshal calling over the radio could be heard. From the edge of the pit lane, a figure suddenly ran forward. The cameras caught him, panic in his eyes, breath uneven, moving fast. It was Xiao Zhan. Yes, Xiao Zhan wasn't there for filming. He had quietly come to support Yibo that day. No one knew he was even at the venue until that moment, when he saw the car motionless, with no sign of Yibo moving inside. Something in him snapped. His expression turned pale, his jaw tightened, and before anyone could stop him, he was already shouting, "Why didn't you stop the race? Why was the danger signal delayed?" The words echoed through the paddock, caught on fan cameras, spreading like wildfire online. For someone like Xiao Zhan, who was known for his calm and gentle demeanor, this sudden burst of anger shocked everyone. Meanwhile, the rescue team had finally reached Yibo's car. For several agonizing seconds, there was no movement. Then, finally, Yibo lifted his helmet and raised his hand, signaling that he was okay. The crowd erupted in relief. But amid all those cheers, one face remained tense, Xiao Zhan's. He stood frozen, watching, breathing heavily. A few witnesses said that after seeing Yibo safe, Xiao Zhan walked back toward the barrier and sat down quietly. Head down, hands clasped together, as if trying to calm the storm inside him. One of the staff members later shared that Xiao Zhan spoke firmly to the event coordinator, saying, "You know, this isn't just about racing, it's about someone's life." That one sentence became the headline that night. It trended worldwide within hours. Hashtag Xiao Zhan Protect Yibo. Social media exploded. Fans from around the globe flooded the internet with emotional posts, prayers, and words of support. I could see the fear in his eyes. He wasn't angry. He was scared. That's not anger. That's love. For the first time in a long while, fans weren't just talking about achievements or performances. They were talking about something far more real, human connection. People began revisiting their past interactions. The way Xiao Zhan smiled proudly whenever Yibo talked about racing. The way he quietly supported him from afar. And now, after this incident, everything suddenly made sense. The bond between them wasn't just for the screen. It was something genuine, unspoken, and deeply human. Later that night, the race organizers issued an official statement. They admitted there had been a communication delay, which caused a slow response to the danger signal. They apologized publicly to all racers, especially to Wang Yibo and his team. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan's agency released a calm, brief comment. Xiao Zhan reacted as any human would, out of fear and concern. He's thankful that Wang Yibo is safe. Around midnight, Yibo finally updated his personal account. His message was short but powerful. "I'm okay. Thank you for worrying about me. I'll be more careful next time." And then he added a line that melted hearts everywhere. "Someone came to me even before I stepped out of the car. I realized I'm not alone." Those words broke the internet. No name was mentioned, but everyone knew exactly who he meant. The next day, headlines filled every corner of social media. Some focused on the racing incident itself, but most couldn't stop talking about the emotional aftermath, about how Xiao Zhan's reaction revealed a side of him no one had seen before. A few viral photos showed Xiao Zhan sitting quietly in the paddock area after the event. His shoulders slumped, eyes slightly red, hands wrapped around a water bottle. He wasn't angry anymore, just exhausted, emotionally drained. A staff member reportedly asked him softly, "Are you okay?" He simply replied, "Is he really okay?" Just 5 words. But those words carried everything: fear, love, relief, and exhaustion. Days passed. Yibo returned to practice. Xiao Zhan went back to filming. But that moment stayed in everyone's hearts. Because that day, the world witnessed not a superstar, not a celebrity, but a man. A man who cared so deeply that he couldn't hide his fear. A man who ran through chaos, ignoring cameras, ignoring protocol, just to make sure someone he cared for was still breathing. And fans couldn't help but whisper, "It's not just acting anymore. That bond is real." Weeks later, during an interview, a reporter brought up the incident to Yibo. And with a small, knowing smile, he answered, "I guess I need to be more careful. But it's comforting to know there's someone who always worries about me." That smile said everything. That one line confirmed what fans already knew deep down. Sometimes, moments like this aren't about racing. Not about speed, or fame, or glory. They're about people. About connection, fear, and love. Xiao Zhan's anger that day wasn't about pride. It wasn't about frustration. It was about love, the kind that makes your heart stop when danger appears. And maybe that's the purest form of love there is. The kind that doesn't need words. The kind that speaks through actions, through fear, through tears. So what do you think, drama lovers? Was Xiao Zhan's anger too much? Or was it simply the reaction of someone who cares too deeply? Share your thoughts below. And as always, send love, not rumors. Because sometimes what looks like anger is really just love in disguise. Until next time, this is K-Pop World signing off.